Hello everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Crypto David, and today we're talking about API3. I haven't talked about API3 in absolute ages, and look at the price, $1.86. Absolutely insane. Why am I making a video on API3? Well, I actually made a tweet yesterday, I think it was. Yes, yesterday. I said Decent XRP, XDC, QNT, HBAR, XLM, and API3, but I never make videos on API3 considering it's very much up there on my portfolio. I stake it as well. That's one of the most attractive features, or one of the attractive features of API3. I will talk about it within the staking calculator. See how much rewards can be made within the future. Also, I said in the title, is an easy 100x. Definitely, in my opinion, no, not financial advice. I think this project is solid so early. Utility is way before anyone who's actually interested in it. Not much of a community where it's actually people getting hyped up and talking about API3. And when you look at the ICO as well, we pretty much nearly the same. When you look into new projects, when you're about to invest in a new project, you're usually behind or it's been to these crazy highs. API3 is at a insane low. So if it's your first time to the channel, please subscribe and leave a like down below. Without further ado, here we go. Okay, so just a little overview. API3 is building decentralized programming interfaces. Now, secure data feeds that are building the next generation of web applications, removing the middleman. That's a very important part. And actually, the first video that I made on this channel was about API3 titled The Chainlink Killer. A lot of Chainlink maxis hate API3. I want to give you a little bit of an analogy. Think of as, to XRP or QNT, right? Or just like, let's just say you have a girlfriend or a wife, and a very unattractive guy has come up to your girlfriend. You wouldn't care at all because he's no threat to you. You would laugh off. You wouldn't even acknowledge it. Let's just say vice versa. An attractive guy came up to your girlfriend. You'd be a bit annoyed. You'd be a bit like on edge a little bit. And that's the same sort of thing when it comes to Chainlink and API3. And I'm not throwing out the statement saying API3 is a Chainlink killer. Chainlink holders beware. I actually quite like Chainlink. And as well, I asked the question. I put a question mark, Chainlink killer. I'm not saying that. I'm putting the question out there for debate. But when it comes to first-party oracles, which API3 is, versus third-party, first-party is superior in every single metric. Third-party has hefty fees. The middlemen compromise smart contract security. There's no guarantee for actual accuracy. There's no compensation for failure. There's so many, flaws. And as well, third-party oracles, regulatory concerns. And as I said on the channel, regulatory compliance is a huge theme on the channel with the cryptos that I talk about. And API3 is GDPR compliant. I'm telling you, man, regulations are coming very soon. Also, when it comes to returns in the market, look at the comparison from where API3 is and Chainlink is. In terms of oracles, Chainlink is taking up the majority of the market cap. It's taking more than 90%, 3.4 billion, compared to API3 its second best, 109 million. When you compare a market cap of, it's nowhere near where I think API3 can go in the future, being a 3-digit project. Chainlink, only a 31x, only putting it $59. And when you look at the hold as well, we are so early. Let me just load up Etherscan. Let's see how many there is right now. There's only 17,000. You might be asking me right now, David, where the hell is the max supply? Well, initially the max supply was 100 million, but they now mint tokens as staking rewards, but they have a built-in burning mechanism which counteracts inflation. So it's all good in my opinion because staking is one of the most attractive features of API3. Now let's just say you're going to stake right now $1,000 for about 5 years. I say that's a good time to stake your API3 for. Current prices, now this is pretty, on the far end because, 500%, that's a 6x. Right now we're only at, $185. So we've been, nearly past those $9 sort of positions. So let's just say super bullish, 11x. I think that's very reasonable for 5 years in the future. Way above that, in my opinion. Look how much it compounds over time, because the investments that you get every Thursday goes back into the wallet. It compounds over and over again. Year 2, 7,000, 11,000, and the year 5, if it goes on at around at 20,000, 22,000 sort of standpoint from only investing 1,000 USD. Keep in mind, this is all speculation. Nothing in crypto is guaranteed, but I'm just a huge fan of API3, what it's actually doing, the utility and the staking mechanism, which I'm going to stake for definitely 5 years plus, and with more than, $1,000. Let's say over that period you even get, 5k invested. 5,000 USD, your rewards are going to be looking like, if it calculates, yearly, monthly earning $539.48 API3, and like that's only a 6x from where we are right now, $1.86. That's not even considering where it can go in the future, $20, $30, these higher sort of positions, but all speculation. Also, that we can see the partners here, a lot of recognizable names here, Alliance Block, which we talked about on the channel before, Harmony, Bridge, Oasis Foundation, Digital Currency Group, Pantera, Hashed, CoinFund, and Mergo. And the one I want to talk about, which I always talk about, is Open Bank Project. And here we go. A 10-year partnership between API3 and the Open Bank Project will connect centralized banking with DeFi. A 10-year partnership. Talk about a long vision. Talk about this project being invested by these huge names. Digital Currency Group also invested in Hedera Hashgraph, which we talked about in the channel a million times, and Ripple. Also, big players in the game. On the actual article, we can see around this sort of time, it was 400 banking APIs. Now it is 500 with 11,000 developers. Here we can be pioneering open bank concept standard technology since 2010. Open Bank Project is a global standard open source API solution for open banking. It is a standard for this, the global standard, and API3 is a standard for Web3 APIs. And further down on the article, we can see their clients: Santander, Citizens Bank, HSBC, and much more. This is something that you cannot look past. Also, their actual white paper, I will leave this down below. Pretty easy, not easy to understand, but it's easier than other white papers that I've seen before. API-free connectivity problem, issues with third-party oracles as middlemen, decentralized governance through tokenomics. It's a misconception within the distributed world. Everything has to be centralized. There can be decentralization as well. Also, Airnode, there's zero trust, zero cost, open source, and creates an easy path to Web3. And staking actually provides utility by providing coverage for web APIs, decentralized APIs, and beacons. Also, an article here, APIs, the digital glue, pretty much how APIs work. When you look at your phone, when you check the weather, or you go on to a cryptocurrency exchange like Binance, KuCoin, your phone will actually call an API and it'll get a signal back, and that's what you actually see on your phone. And there's so many elements to Web3, crypto, and APIs are significant use cases and are needed. There is actually a question here: what percentage of your company's revenue is generated from APIs and API-related implementations? 0% or don't know is 6%, then 1 to 25%. The highest one is 46%. It's in a theme here of the higher sort of range. We can also see global enterprises that provide APIs generate 25% of their organizational revenue from APIs on average. Companies such as Salesforce, Expedia, and eBay have reported to generate the majority of their revenue through APIs. Absolutely crazy. As she said in the article, APIs are often referred to the glue that holds the digital world together. Also, one of you guys with a little clip from API3, how can protocols mitigate the risks and the potential devastating impacts of Oracle failure. Very informative. That's going to be pretty much it for today's video. I'm really, excited about API3 in the future. I don't like making too many videos about it because it's not too much to talk about, not too much hype around the project, and sometimes it's better to keep these things on the low key so you can pick up as much as you can before the big hype wave comes along, which I think will happen with API3 in my opinion. Also, I want to talk about the community section. I like asking these sort of questions because it gets a little bit of debate going with people who watch my videos. I hope it's just subscribers that this shows to. I don't know if it's other people involved as well. Question was, which amount of right now would you rather? $1,000 worth, so 2,811 XRP, the most voted one, then XCC and XLM. I would have guessed that, to be honest. Let's see what people have said down below. So it's split up, fair enough. 4Quant, possibly better than them all. They're all winners, 100%. Elizabeth Inu and XCC. Yeah, I think that's pretty good results from the actual community section. I think I would agree in the sense of probably XRP or XCC. Probably just XRP because the suit is coming to an end very soon. So if you made this fun video, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like down below, and I will definitely see you guys in the next one.
The oracles are very complex. There's a lot of moving parts where something can go wrong, and protocols are currently exposed to oracle failure. If something happens, they typically lose a lot of money without any ability to recover it. And what we do is cover our services. People have the ability to cover using our product up to a certain amount, and that enables them to quantify their risk. Essentially, they can say if they have 2 million TVL, we are covered for 2 million in case there is an oracle failure, so the protocol is essentially safe. And I think API3 in the beginning got a lot of weird comments about it because everybody assumed oracles should always work perfectly, but that is just not the case. And we see more and more oracle projects include things like loss coverage and protection in some sort for oracle failures.